And welcome to my YouTube. I'm Alan Cook, the proud owner of the MIDION painting, which is here. This is the older Mona Lisa. This is the younger Mona Lisa. I have 450 plus YouTubes out there that you need to take a look at. Now, I'm going to tell you, you will learn more than what your history teacher has to tell you. Let me go on to tell you that the torso of my man right here, this torso, is the same as this, which is the skull, which so happens to be the image which is right here in the Mona Lisa, right there, which is absolutely cannot be altered. It is definitely the torso. If you actually look at that torso, the skull, which is about 1 trillion other items, or if not more, if you take a look how the curve comes here and the curve comes here, you can see how the curve and the curve, and that's where it comes out. I'm going to show you that he's got this little doodad thing here, and out of that doodad there, you're going to see it's called a hymen, and it actually means like a diva woman. Back then, when they cross-dress, they ended up with items in which that they enjoyed having and taking to a party. Now, what I did is I took this particular area, because when you take a smaller area apparently and you change it through a threshold or curve or level, you'll end up with a image that will, when you change it, it changes into this. And so when you particularly take the skull, which is this skull, and it's blown up, as you can see. Okay, let me tilt that a little, sorry. It's just gotta be a little bit, there we go. And you'll see how the torso area mounts up and goes right over the top. Now, it's not going to be just the only area here because it's everywhere, but if you see this face, you can see that there's a V in here and how it moves. You can actually see it, and you see how she fits in here on an overlay. But if you scoot it on over to here, it fits, and you scoot it over to here, it fits. See, if you see you see this notch here, it moves over in a little white. Then it moves over again in a mixture, and it continues and continues and continues, and you can see the line of how he draws it. Here's a perfect example. It's coming up that you know that you're more than in the right spot. When I put it here, you're gonna like this. I hope you do. If you take a look, you'll see this following that runs through here, okay? And you'll see this following that runs through here, and you'll see running and running, and you'll see it running. Well, see the V, see the V, see the V, okay? So when you set the V's in, you can see it actually starts even beforehand. And then when you shift it, it allows you to know it's within the V's. See? It's within the V's. And why? Because if you follow my YouTubes, you'll find out that Leonardo da Vinci liked to have his paintings move. And that's why the Mona Lisa is such an awesome painting. You can look at her and she will follow you across the room. Now, it gets even better. If you actually take a look, you're going to see this. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to grab this particular one and see how I do this. I think this has to be at 222, so excuse me. And that one has to be at 200. So let me put this at 222. I gotta turn on my little light. 22.2. Okay. And then I'll take and put this one at 200. That I remember what that was, and I don't have to hit the board on it. I just have to, it goes right to 200. Okay, and if I take this and I overlay the torso in the right area of the skull, I think I have to do it in reverse. Let's see it. Might have to do it this way. Yeah, I do. You can see, I don't, let me try to zoom in for you to see a little better. Excuse me. Okay, let's see if I can make this work for you. If you follow, you can see the shadow in the back. If I slide it over, boom, it matches the whole arm, the whole chest. And you pull it on down, you can see the torso. You put it back up, you can see the torso. Okay, it gets much better. Okay, so when you pull this down, you can even see the curvature of the hand. Let me, whoops, I have to back off the I put this up. You can see the curvature of the hand in the design right in here. I'll hold it to the tip. You pull it down, you can see the curvature in here. I think I'm going to zip that down just a hair. Trying to get it as big and as best for you. You can see how that matches. Not only that, because it moves across, you can see her face here in these dots. And so when she's here, she lines up perfect. Now I'm going to zoom in. Hang on. I'm going to zoom on a face right there, which I know where it is. I know it looks kind of wild, but watch. Okay. See how the torso, you can see how the torso goes further because she moves across the room. So when he gets here, right there, you can see how she was here and she's also here. Here's her eye, here's her eye. You can see her eye in a zigzag face. I put it right back up and she matches 100%, even in the curvature of her face. Watch. Now, if I grab this down, open this up, you'll see her hand most likely. Let me zigzag this down. Okay, let me get this lined up again. Okay. Hang on. Her hand is right there. I'm going to show it to you. You can see where You see her hand right here? Watch. There it is. Right there. Pull it down. It's gone. It's actually one pivot off. So I put it back, and there it is. See? 100%. Right there. And for me to try to let you know, let me zigzag. I'm trying to balance a couple things here, so let me pull this back. You can see how the torso, while the hand is there, you can see how the torso is off the torso body. And again, that's because she moves across the room. Now, I'm going to put my hand back, it back on where the hand is. Okay. I'm going to pull this back down, which was about right here. And if you zoom, I'm going to hold this here. If you zoom there, you can see her hand, and also you can see the line for her to move. See? That's why she moves across the room. She is a he, and he is a she, and those two are magnificent lovers. They were best friends. They used to call each other Midion. That's why I named the painting Midion. The Mona Lisa is in her teens. Okay, she's a young teenager, and so when you see the Mona Lisa and you see the Midion, they are actually the same woman. What makes my painting extremely special is because Leonardo da Vinci put in his works the codes inside all these little doily areas under different layers that we were just playing with, that are in this back sheet here, is in this particular, all these little dots, these micro dots. Okay, all these little dots are codes and writing little words. You can see his letters. There's like a 77L and stuff, and you can see other numbers running through here, and all these symbols are like carvings on cave walls, and saying that I went fishing and with my son. It shows these things, him walking over to the water, the lake, and with a fishing pole, and then next thing you know, they're at a campfire at night and they're eating. Well, you know what the day was. He gave you his little diary. My painting is a diary of Leonardo da Vinci's works. Absolute 100%. It's got his birth date, his death date. When I first ended up with the death date on there, I was thinking, my goodness, how in the world could anybody in the world ever know their death date? Well, what happened was, what makes this super special, after Leonardo da Vinci died, his lover, Melzi Francisca, actually took the painting and had all the pupils and associates and friends and co-workers and townspeople and all the loved ones that appreciated him, and they signed it in code. There's rest in peace, his birth date, his death dates, there's hearts all over. It's absolutely magnificent. He always liked to do many different things with an O and an M and an A, and he also did tons of hearts. Let's see here. I don't know if it's going to show it right off, because each one brings out a little different type of deal on things. But if you take a look at some of these curvatures in here, you can see like this. You can see that this main deal here is a heart, and what I'm going to show you, it's many hearts, and then when it stretches out, it actually turns out to be a woman. It is the same image. This is also the same image that's here. The heart that is hidden Now, you're going to say, wait a minute, what are you talking about? How can this image be that image? You need to talk to Leo, but it is. Because if you get into his works here, you'll find out that this not only stretches out to a long body person, because he uses to where this flows in hidden, and there's a head in here and there's a body floating throughout here. If you take a look at this particular one and you overlaid this piece, I don't know if I'm going to do it right because it takes a while to set up, but when you overlay one over the other, you will find that they're twins. They're gonna be twins in here. I know that sounds kind of weird. Like also, you see this particular piece over here? If I even reduce this and stuck it over here, you can see how it fits exactly into the heart. So when you follow this through, see, you can see the body of a woman. But that's not just him. When I said it's the whole piece, just in here is the heart, that's because he starts small of the same piece and he grows it and grows it and grows it and grows it until even the little piece is within the big piece. See how that fits in there? It's the same. And if you really get into it, you'll find out that this E, this is an E, right? That's an E. And that's like a J. But actually this is like an M that makes it look like an E, and it's also an L. And that's like a C, E, and an F, and that's also a J and an L. And here's a heart and also becomes a woman. 1 + 1 with Leonardo da Vinci is never 2. It is absolutely 100% more like 20 million. Okay? Look at that. That is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fit. If I actually take this and then take this and blow these up to even be larger for you. Look how's that starting to look like that. Watch. Look at it. Same. I didn't even plan that. I just know Leonardo da Vinci's works. See how you shift it and it will shift and be the same. Leonardo da Vinci is a trickster. This painting piece is in the Mona Lisa. See, that's the Mona Lisa. This piece here is in the Midion. That's not just the only place. I'm saying to you, I got well over 450 YouTubes. I got well over 8,000 little images of descriptions of what I just said. And I'm telling you, this painting is hidden. It's got a different book cover, but it's the same writing inside it, hidden like invisible ink. This painting is the Mona Lisa with his lover. It spells out Leonardo. Follow my YouTubes, please. Subscribe too. This is the Mona Lisa. I just changed it so I can get highlighted in certain areas so you can see its differences. What I got to tell you is that I need you to subscribe. As soon as you're done with this YouTube, subscribe. Please, pass it on to a friend. Don't forget, you got plenty to do. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Look out for my other YouTubes. I got some coming out of not just of the Mona Lisa. It's called Coronavirus Think Tank. I want you guys to go to it. I want you guys to turn around and put a comment in it. And the comment I want you to put in there is what you think that would benefit the whole world if we do something while we have this deal. I mean, like, wash your hands, okay? Me, I know about the African American. I'll give you an example. African American individuals are passing 3/4 of the individuals who are getting sick. Why? I don't know. But here's my thought. It's the white blood cells. they do not have a higher count of white blood cells as the whites. And so what I'm trying to say is, can we give them our white blood cells, like have them a chance to fight? 2, they talk about UV. UV, okay, I'm not saying I'm a doctor or anything, but I try to think outside the box. They say UV, when it warms up and then the summer comes, it may die off. Okay, well, what you do is you find out your test that you're positive, that you have it. Take that positive piece and take UV and run over it. There's several different types. Run UV over the top of it and see if it kills it. Then throw it in the freezer, throw it in the oven, whatever. Try to get it to come alive again. If it doesn't come alive, guess what? You killed it. There's an old thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger, I do believe it was Predator. And he says, if it bleeds, we can kill it. If it lives, we can kill it. So what I'm trying to say is, we can kill this thing. Have faith, there's a God, and I'm going to tell you, I want you, please, subscribe, don't forget. Thank you for the viewing. Thank you for the comments. I want to say God bless the whole world, the universe, and the heavens. You guys stay safe and enjoy my YouTubes. And I need financial support. Again, I am going to stop this YouTube any second now. Subscribe. God bless. Amen.